This pandemic has held a mirror up to our entire country's healthcare system. And we've seen that communities of color are suffering at higher rates, in part because of a lack of attachment to that healthcare system. In our state, we've still had about 40% of our deaths be Black residents from coronavirus, but our population is merely 14%. In addition to being more likely to work in one of those jobs that is really risky in the context of the pandemic, but critical and needing to function, Black and brown employees have been more likely to be laid off or to have their hours reduced. A report from the University of Michigan actually found that nearly half of Black Detroiters and a third of Latino Detroiters say they have lost their jobs due to this pandemic. And we all know too well that businesses owned by Black and other people of color entrepreneurs have been more likely to have had to close down and less likely to receive government assistance, especially from the federal government, that the assistance that they would need to keep the paychecks flowing, to keep people on their payrolls, and to not close their operations and continue to be the anchors that they are in the communities. While these injustices in our country, frankly, have been exacerbated and intensified by coronavirus, they are as old as America itself. They're the same inequities that after the killings of George Floyd and so many others have motivated Americans from every background and identity to confront the legacy of systemic racism that has been a stain on our nation for centuries. That is why we're saying what should have been said long ago. Racism is a public health crisis. However, it is not enough to simply label an injustice. We have to actively take steps to replace injustice with justice. This formal declaration from our administration creates the space for state departments and agencies to specifically examine, respond to, and coordinate all of our policies and programs to quickly and substantively put Michigan on a path to address these issues head on.